Hey guys, welcome to Travel Talk with Sucheta, my YouTube channel where I talk about travel tips and answer your questions about traveling. So, a lot of you I know are afraid of flying or just stressed out by the idea of getting to the airport 3 hours early, going through the security lines, getting on a plane with so many hundreds of people, crying babies, and people who have body odor. So, how do you tackle this fear, or how do you prepare for flying to make it a better experience? Now, I was in Aruba last weekend, and my friends told me that you have to be there 3 hours before at this tiny airport in this tiny Caribbean island because it's a mad rush. So I generally don't do that because I am a frequent traveler and I know my way around the airports. But I got there 3 hours before. I went through the security, immigration, customs. I cleared it for Aruba as well as for United States. And I did all of that in 40 minutes and I was sitting at the gate for so long. So what do you do in that case? First of all, if you have global entry, TSA pre-check or Nexus, that helps a lot in clearing all those security lines fairly quickly. And it's very affordable. So TSA pre-check you pay once, it's $85 a year. Or with global entry, it's $100 for 5 years. And if you have an American Express Platinum card, then they cover that cost. So if you're flying out of the country frequently, I highly recommend global entry. And if you're just flying in the US, I still recommend getting the TSA because it really helps you speeden up going through those security lines. Another tip for going faster in the security line and avoiding frustration is pack your carry-on bag in compartments. So I know they ask you to have your liquids in see-through bags. I use as many Ziplocs as possible. So one for food items, one for liquids, one for my chargers, so that once I get to the conveyor belt, everything goes on in the bins and out really quickly. So if you get to the gate and you have 2 hours or more to spare, what do you do? Well, the first choice would be to get to an airport lounge, but as you know, they can cost from $30 to $50 per visit. So it's really helpful to have a priority pass card. Having the card gives you access to pretty much many airports around the world. Practically all of them, you'll have choices between lounges. Or if you're flying business class, of course, you'll get access to a lounge too. Some of your credit cards also give you free lounge access, so definitely worth looking into. With the lounge, you can get free water, free food, some Wi-Fi, so you can catch up on emails. You can download something on your phone to watch later on, and you can also get a more relaxing place away from the gates. Now, there are certain airports in the world that I actually would like to have a long layover at. So if you are wanting to know what these airports are, I posted the link to a recent article in the comment section below. So definitely take a look at that, and you may want to check those out during your next layover. Now, once you get to your flight, and you may come across a rude flight attendant, or maybe the person who's sitting next to you didn't take a shower before getting on board, or you have crying babies in the cabin. All of that is expected, right? Because flying has become so easy for everybody and there are so many passengers on board. So a few things that you need to carry in your backpack or your handbag are noise cancellation headphones, because you want to drown out all that background noise that's happening around you. I also take earplugs with me because sometimes the noise cancellation just bothers my ear. So the earplugs help me sleep. I always have an eye mask, so if the person next to me has the reading light on and I'm trying to take a nap, I can cover my eyes. I always wear a hoodie when I'm on the plane because it gets really cold sometimes, and a lot of times you find yourself sitting right under the air vent, so you don't want that air to be coming down on your head directly. And you can always take it off if you feel warm. Carry a water bottle filled with water. Hopefully that you fill it up at the airport, because oftentimes I find that the flight attendants get busy and they don't get to me quick enough, and I'm thirsty for half the flight. And you know, being on the plane, it's dehydrating. So you want to keep drinking as much water, avoid alcohol, and also carry your own snacks, because sometimes the plane food is not great, or it may not get to you, or they may run out of food, or they may not have the options that you want. So I always carry some granola bars, some raisins, and just things that I can munch on just in case I'm hungry and feeling a little irritable. As far as seat configuration is concerned, I highly recommend that you select your seat before you come on board. So when you're checking in or when you book your ticket, you always get the option of selecting your seat. And I prefer to select an exit row window seat because that gives me a lot of leg room. Plus it has a window that I can look out and maybe rest my head on. And if I need to get up and use the bathroom, I don't have to disturb the people next to me. Oftentimes you may have to pay a little bit extra for the exit row seats unless you have some sort of status with the airline, but I think that is worth it and you should do that whenever possible. So I hope these tips are handy and they help you in your next journey. Until then, bon voyage, have a pleasant flight, and make sure to leave your questions and comments in the section below so I can address them next time or send you a comment personally. Thank you for watching Travel Talk with Sucheta, and hope to see you next time.